Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you the best deck you can use in your Dark Elixir challenge. In this challenge, there will be at times where Dark Elixir fills the arena and your units will do double damage but also take double the damage. So I brought up with this deck, which has very low health units that deal a lot of damage, such as the bats and the goblins, and also the minor win condition. So this has a very quick cycle and will help you get those 12 wins. Let's jump straight into first game. Well, the first thing you have to realize is that this is a very fast-paced game style where your units will be going extremely fast and will be raged up. You have to defend as well as you can and keep spamming units with your deck. For example, here we're defending with the 2 wall breakers and the left one is going to go straight into their tower and they cannot stop that without wasting too much elixir. With this deck, you need to be sure to keep the pressure up by using either the miner with the bats, the miner with the goblins, or the wall breakers. Here you can see that he arrowed the bats, but since the miner was still up, I used the double wall breaker. And he didn't have elixir to stop them, since he wasted 4 elixir on a lumberjack in order to stop the firecracker. Here we make a very big mistake using bomb tower since our finger slipped and it went to the left. However, it was only able to get 2 shots because it was taking double damage from the dark elixir puddle. The firecracker will be your best friend in this deck, since if you keep her alive, she can give you so much value defensively and it will annoy your opponent so much. She can get a lot of value, especially if she's in a dark elixir puddle and she gets double the damage. However, if they kill her very fast with the arrows or the log, you know that it's time for a counterattack. With this deck, the fun starts when double elixir hits. When there is 1 minute left, your elixir regeneration will start to double, which means that you can spam cards a lot faster. Here you can see I put the miner with some bats, and since there is a dark elixir puddle, the bats are able to actually take down a whole musketeer. As well, since you will always have the bomb tower in rotation, because your cycle is extremely slow, they will not be able to get through and attack your tower, since the bomb tower deals a lot of damage and is very tanky, especially if it's in a puddle as well. And here is where your miner, log, bats, goblins, wall breaker, pressure will break your opponent, because they will not be able to keep up with your cycle. And this is where your deck shines. Here you can see the power of those dark elixir puddles, because this guy misses his arrows because they get raged up and they start to move a lot faster. So one of the wall breakers actually gets a hit on the tower, which in overtime is absolutely huge. Our opponent decides to go all in with a hog rider, some goblins, and some minions. However, we're able to stop this with a firecracker and a bomb tower, showing him the true power of our defense. So we decide to copy him and we do an all-in, and we learned that he has actually surrendered to the power of our brilliant deck. So this was the first win. Let's now jump into game 2 to show you a bit more about what this deck can do. With this deck, it is absolutely key to keep count of how much elixir your opponent is using. So since he used a log, a hog rider, and a tornado on attack, we decide to go wall breakers on the right side, which both get a hit on the tower, and damage is equaled on the towers by just putting some pressure and knowing that he was low in elixir. If you keep your pressure up with this deck, your opponent will have to decide if to commit on defense or to commit on attack. For example, here we see an Executioner, so we immediately go Ice Spirit and Bats. He doesn't stop that, so instead our Bats get a lot of damage, and we then go Minor Wall Breakers and let the Bomb Tower defend the rest. With an Ice Spirit and a Log, all of that gets defended and we almost take a tower in their right side.
They say that love is blind, but I never trust its sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive,
When a game is already almost over and you're winning, you can choose to not spend that much elixir, not be that aggressive, and instead save it until you have to defend. One play you do have to know though is these wall breakers, because when the right one gets raged up, he becomes so fast that although he places an Ice Spirit, it gets to the tower in time. And since he plays a Hog Rider with an Ice Spirit and a Bomb Tower, even though he puts an Earthquake, it is not enough to get to the tower. Here we defend the Hog Rider once again with a Bomb Tower, and we instantly counterattack with a Minor Bats. Since they get raged up, just look at how much damage they do to the tower. We do the same play once again, and since he's too worried about defending the wall breakers on the right side, the Bats basically take the left tower again, and with a Log we can take the right tower and then finish off the game with a couple of Miners, Goblins, Bats and wall breakers.
silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright.
So thank you for watching. Please leave a like, a comment on what you want to see next, and subscribe to the channel since now we're back to be making weekly content. Thank you and see you in the next one.